My name is England Kim.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Would you introduce yourselves?
I'm Kramer, and I'm really honored to have the opportunity to be on this Mahler Remixed Concert.
I'm Yuchen Zhang. I'm a tenor, and I'm going to sing two Mahler lieder.
Okay. So the concert is about Mahler Remixed. So what's your role in this concert? Because it seems like you're playing the real Mahler, right?
Yes, we're playing an original composition by Mahler, and what this does is it gives perspective, so that you can see what Mahler originally conceived, and then some other people are going to reinterpret what Mahler did.
So what's the point of doing that in that concert? What do you think?
Because unless you look at the past, it's really hard to look at the future. Having this historical context is a nice transition into the future.
And what do you think these songs do that?
These songs show intricately who Mahler the person was. Because
so can you tell me a little bit about these songs?
Why don't you start, because you're
singing.
Okay.
I'm going to sing two lieder. One is Ich atmet einen Lindenduft. This song is talk about linden trees. When you're walking the linden trees, and it's fragrant. Yeah, so the feeling is like the memory of love. Yeah. And another is a story of the lying river. So it's interesting, and this two lieder is very beautiful.
Who chose these songs? Why?
Is
there any reason?
Because my instructor gave it to me.
Oh, okay. So can you tell me like what this song can do, the past and going into future that you talked about?
Yeah, what this song does is it shows you traditionally how Mahler orchestrated and how he really built a melody, and how it, even though a phrase, might only appear to be 8 bars long, Mahler is giving little hints along the way as to a much broader picture, probably about, maybe a 30-bar phrase. And what this shows is, when you remix Mahler, sometimes it's hard to get a context of what Mahler originally was doing. So what this piece allows is for all of the audience to have a chance to see what Mahler originally constructed, and that way when they see the remix, they go, oh, and that's where it came from.
Okay. So you sing, right? And what's your job?
I conduct the orchestra.
Okay, great. So is there any challenges while you are conducting the orchestra?
Yes, there are challenges. The challenge is making sure that I present this the exact way Yuchen has it in his head. I think it's my job not to give an interpretation of this, but to help the orchestra accompany Yuchen's amazing interpretation. So what that involves is there's all these places where there's retards. For example, at the very beginning, there's all kinds of places in the music where that reoccurs. And my job is to make sure that the way Yuchen wants to do it is the way the entire orchestra is doing it.
But why is that retard so important in this?
Because Mahler wrote it.
In every occurrence?
Every time it happens.
Every time it happens.
Because it's a reflection, I think. Every time that the music pulls back.
Reflection of?
A reflection of the song, of the rhyme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you sing a little bit of?
Yeah. Actually, I have just done audition, and I sing the Ich atmet einen Lindenduft. This music, yeah, okay. Ich atmet einen Lindenduft. This is this melody.
So where this retard?
That's in the other selection.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you sing a little bit?
Yes. Okay.
Just sing the first 8 bars and show how you get into it.
Bad klassisch Bad klassisch am Leim, Bad hab ich ein Schotterte, Bad ist ein Leim.
So the retard starts in
Yeah.
before he
Yes,
sings.
but he sings the very beginning of that retard.
Yeah.
Also, the connection
Yes.
from the orchestra to the
Yes.
tenor is very important.
Very important. And it has to be really together.
Can you tell me a little bit about some special moments or beautiful lines of these songs?
Oh yeah. This song, it's not, it's very high.
Note is very high.
Yeah,
And you are tenor.
yeah. Not is high and
Is it on the original key?
yeah,
Is
yeah,
it written for the tenor?
yeah. It's a tenor. And some part is not only high. You must sing very soft. So this is hard for a singer. Yeah, and the other song is very fast. So too many words in here. So you must express the means and the emotion.
Okay.
Okay, how about you say a couple of the lines from the songs in English?
In English?
Yeah, because I saw that you brought
Oh, yeah.
translation.
Oh,
That might
yeah,
be nice.
Yeah, that would be good.
Maybe just,
This is which song is it?
Ich atmet einen Lindenduft.
what does that mean?
Yeah, it's you smell the linden trees fragrance. Yeah, I breathed a gentle fragrance in the room stood. A spring of linden, a gift from dear hand. How lovely was the fragrance of linden.
Wow. And the other song also you have?
Yeah. This song, it's
Name is
name is Lion Ligenschen. It means
If you don't mind, I think it's, is it Rhine?
Rhine.
Yeah.
In German, it's a Rhine.
Line?
Lion Ligenschen.
Rhine.
Yeah.
I'm always learning from yeah.
It means in English it's a little legend of the Rhine River.
okay.
So
So
it's
it's basically a story of the legend.
yeah, it's a happy song.
Wow.
Now I repeat by Nika. Now I repeat by the Rhine. Now I have sweetheart. Now I'm alone.
It's good. It's a sad song though, a little bit, because of the loneliness, right?
But in the end,
At the end, it's happy.
yeah.
Do you think there's some sad moments?
Yeah, because the rain is
It's under-
through down the river.
Yeah.
But finally, you find it.
That it
Yeah.
leads to the happiness.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of Mahler?
Oh, I'm a huge fan. I love Mahler.
Why does Mahler attract you? In what ways?
I think it speaks right to the heart. Every phrase that Mahler writes, there's no extra in Mahler. There's not just being fancy. It's all so true and it's so powerful and so meaningful. All of it, just when I hear Mahler, it almost makes you either want to jump for joy or cry. It's very sincere music.
What about you? What do you think? Are you a fan of Mahler?
Yeah.
Why do you think people are so crazy about him now?
Because Mahler's song is beautiful and special. I've never seen any Mahler's leader before, but when my instructor gave me the song, I feel it different from another leader. Yeah.
Great. Do you have already rehearsed this piece?
Yuchen and I have gone over it several times together.
Okay.
And the last thing we have to do is just take what we've already worked on and connect it with the orchestra. Closure.
The Mahler composition actually convey those meanings really well. Do you
Yes.
think?
See, I think the difference between Mahler and so many other composers is that a lot of the music of other composers is not as deep. I mean, yes, everyone in their life experiences sadness, joy, but I think Mahler was so great at transferring that onto the music. And I think other composers struggle making it as real as Mahler did. Other composers do a great job at, writing programmatic music that is exciting and, makes up the core of the repertoire. But Mahler, I think a lot of what's in the actual music was something that really came from personal experience.
So, personal experience. Sometimes Mahler is famous with his autobiographical compositions. What do you think that connects this to this song? Like, what kind of Mahler's circumstances, like in that year of composition, had happened? Do you know anything? We can edit this. So
Well, I think what has to do with Mahler's life in this music, Mahler fell in love,
with
almost, and I think Mahler struggled all of his life, with his identity.
Okay, that's for the legend.
Yeah. And I think that's what this is about. I think, do you agree with me that these songs are about Mahler's life? A reflection of what he actually
Yeah, I think.
experienced.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so looking forward to this concert. Can you tell me when and where this concert happens?
It's October 27th in the Williams Hall.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for interviewing us.
Thank you.